Here's something almost nobody thinks about before they eat breakfast. The very first meal of your day isn't just fuel, it's a signal. It tells your body one of two things: either burn what's stored, or get ready to store more. And most people, without realizing it, send the wrong signal every single morning. If you've ever felt stuck with stubborn belly fat no matter how careful you are the rest of the day, there's a good chance the problem starts at breakfast. Not because you're eating too much, not because you're lazy, but because the foods you're choosing first thing in the morning are quietly working against you. So today we're going through 10 breakfast foods that actually help flip that switch. Foods that support fat burning instead of fat storage. We'll talk about what each one does inside your body and exactly how to use it so you get the benefit instead of accidentally canceling it out. Let's start with food number 1, eggs. Most people think of belly fat purely as a calorie problem, but there's a hidden piece most people miss, and it has to do with your liver. Your liver is the organ responsible for deciding whether fat gets burned for energy or packed away and stored. And when the liver itself starts accumulating fat, something incredibly common after age 50, often with zero symptoms, that whole process slows down. You gain weight around the middle and have no idea why. Eggs help because the yolk is one of the richest natural sources of a nutrient called choline. Choline is what your liver uses to package fat and move it out of the body instead of storing it. Without enough choline, fat builds up in the liver, and fat loss becomes an uphill battle everywhere else. 2 to 3 whole eggs gets you close to half of what you need in a day. And there's a second reason eggs matter. They're rich in an amino acid called leucine, which is the trigger for muscle protein synthesis, the process your body uses to build and hold on to muscle. More muscle means a higher resting metabolism, which means you burn more calories even when you're sitting still doing nothing. A quick note on the yolk, because a lot of people still avoid it out of old cholesterol fears. The truth is, the majority of the cholesterol circulating in your blood is produced by your own liver, not from the eggs on your plate. So skipping the yolk means skipping the most useful part of the egg. For breakfast, aim for 2 to 3 whole eggs, cooked however you like, scrambled, poached, boiled, fried in a little butter or olive oil. Pair them with sautéed greens, a bit of avocado, or a slice of sprouted toast, and you've got a strong start to the day. Number 2, Greek yogurt. Ever notice how some breakfasts leave you hungry again within an hour or two? That usually comes down to the type of protein you ate. A lot of quick breakfast proteins digest fast, which causes your amino acids and your hunger hormones to spike and then crash just as quickly. Plain, full-fat Greek yogurt solves this because it's rich in a protein called casein. Casein digests slowly. It forms a light gel in your stomach that releases nutrients gradually over hours instead of all at once, which keeps you feeling satisfied much longer. There's also a gut health layer here. Good quality Greek yogurt contains live active cultures, and your gut bacteria play a real role in how your body processes food. Some research has linked certain gut bacteria to higher levels of a fullness hormone called GLP-1, the same hormone that popular weight loss medications are designed to target. Large studies involving twins have even found that people who regularly ate cultured yogurt carried less visceral fat, the deep fat around the organs, compared to their genetically identical siblings who didn't. Here's the catch though. Flavored yogurts are a trap. Many of them carry 20 grams or more of added sugar per serving, and that sugar spikes insulin, which shuts down fat burning almost immediately. So for breakfast, go with 1 cup of plain, unsweetened full-fat yogurt with live cultures listed on the label. Add your own berries, a spoon of chia, or a dash of cinnamon for flavor. That way you get the benefit without the sugar crash. Number 3, avocado. This one throws people off, because for years, the advice was avoid fat if you want to lose fat. But not all fats behave the same way inside your body. Avocados are loaded with a particular fat called oleic acid, a monounsaturated fat that actually helps switch on genes responsible for burning fat for energy inside muscle cells. That's very different from how some saturated fats behave, which don't trigger that same pathway. There's also a fullness angle. In research where refined carbohydrates at breakfast were swapped out for avocado, people reported feeling noticeably fuller for hours afterward. Avocado has also been linked to improved insulin sensitivity, meaning your body needs less insulin to manage the same amount of blood sugar. And when insulin stays lower and steadier, your body has an easier time reaching into stored fat for energy. Half to a whole avocado is plenty. Slice it next to your eggs, mash it onto sprouted toast, blend it into a smoothie, or just eat it with a bit of salt and pepper. Number 4. Oats, but only if you prepare them right. Most carbohydrates break down fast into glucose, which spikes blood sugar, which spikes insulin, which slows fat burning. That's the typical pattern with cereal, pastries, or most breakfast breads. Steel-cut or old-fashioned rolled oats are different because they contain a soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber absorbs water and forms a thick gel in your digestive tract, which slows how quickly food leaves your stomach, so blood sugar rises gradually instead of spiking, and insulin stays more stable. Here's the deeper layer most people never hear about. When you cook oats and then let them cool, like with overnight oats, some of the starch reorganizes into what's called resistant starch. This starch resists digestion in the small intestine and instead travels down to the colon, where gut bacteria interact with it and help activate something called AMPK, a cellular energy switch that's also activated during exercise and fasting. When AMPK is active, your body leans more toward burning fat and improves how it handles insulin. Instant, pre-packaged oatmeal doesn't offer any of this. It's usually heavily processed with added sugar. Stick with real rolled or steel-cut oats, ideally organic. For breakfast, use about half a cup of dry oats. Soak them overnight in water, unsweetened almond or coconut milk, or even plain Greek yogurt. In the morning, eat them cold or warm them up, and top with berries, chia seeds, or cinnamon. Number 5. Berries. Most people think of fat cells as passive storage units, but that's not the whole picture. There's white fat, which stores energy, and there's brown fat, which actually burns energy to produce heat. As we age, active brown fat naturally declines, which is part of why it gets easier to store calories and harder to burn them. Berries, blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, contain plant compounds called anthocyanins, which give them their deep color. These compounds are powerful antioxidants, but what's more interesting for fat loss is what happens with regular long-term intake. Large studies, including one involving thousands of twin pairs, found that people who consumed the most anthocyanins had noticeably lower body fat, including less belly fat, than their genetic counterparts who ate fewer of them. Blueberries in particular showed the strongest effect. One important warning here: fruit juice is not the same thing as fruit. A glass of orange juice can carry the sugar of 2 or 3 oranges with none of the fiber that would normally slow that sugar down. And just like with yogurt, watch out for fruit-flavored products that quietly load up on added sugar. Aim for about 1 cup of whole berries a day, fresh or frozen, stirred into yogurt, blended into a smoothie, added to oats, or eaten straight. Number 6. Chia seeds. If you're someone who gets hungry again shortly after breakfast, chia seeds are worth adding. When they absorb liquid, they expand and take up physical space in your stomach, which sends a fullness signal to your brain without adding many calories. In one small study, just a single tablespoon of chia added to yogurt reduced how much people ate at their next meal by close to 25%. Once soaked, chia forms a thick gel that slows digestion, which means steadier energy and fewer sharp blood sugar swings, and fewer cravings creeping in mid-morning. One safety note: don't eat chia seeds dry straight off a spoon. They can swell quickly and become a choking hazard. Always soak them for at least 10 to 15 minutes first, whether in water, milk, or yogurt. 1 to 2 tablespoons is the sweet spot. Stir them into yogurt or oats, blend them into a smoothie, or make a simple overnight chia pudding. Number 7. Sprouted grain bread. A lot of people assume they have to give up bread entirely to lose belly fat. And honestly, with white bread, bagels, and muffins, that instinct isn't wrong. Those digest fast and spike blood sugar quickly. But sprouted grain bread is a different category altogether. It's made from grains that have begun to germinate, a process that breaks down some of the starch and makes the protein and fiber easier for your body to use. As a result, it doesn't spike blood sugar anywhere near as much as regular bread. In clinical comparisons, sprouted bread produced a lower blood sugar response than white bread, multigrain bread, and even sourdough, even when the carbohydrate content was identical. It also tends to pack more protein and fiber into each slice than standard bread does. Here's a small but useful detail: freezing bread, and then toasting it straight from frozen, further reduces its blood sugar impact compared to eating it fresh. Since sprouted bread is almost always sold frozen, You get this benefit automatically just by toasting it as is. Stick to one slice, and always pair it with a protein or healthy fat rather than eating it alone. A couple of eggs on top, some avocado or a nut butter. Number 8. Grapefruit, used before your meal rather than as part of it. If you tend to sit down to breakfast already very hungry, you're more likely to eat fast and eat past the point of fullness. Half a grapefruit, eaten 20 to 30 minutes before breakfast, is mostly water and fiber, which on its own can reduce how much you eat at the meal that follows. Grapefruit also contains a compound called naringenin, which has been studied for its effects on how efficiently the liver processes sugar, and for a possible small increase in resting calorie burn. In some clinical trials, people who added grapefruit before meals lost a modest amount of weight over about 12 weeks without changing anything else about their diet, along with lower insulin spikes after eating. One important caution: grapefruit can interact with certain medications, particularly some statins and blood pressure drugs. If you're on prescription medication, check with your doctor before making grapefruit a regular habit. Number 9. Leafy greens, for something most people don't expect. Cravings. Sometimes hunger isn't really about needing calories. It's a craving driven by the brain rather than the stomach. Interestingly, leafy greens contain structures called thylakoids, which may slow how quickly fat is digested. When that partially digested fat reaches the lower intestine, it appears to trigger hormonal signals that reduce cravings specifically, not just general appetite. In one study, women who consumed a spinach extract containing thylakoids reported a dramatic drop in junk food cravings over a few months, and lost more weight than a comparison group, without deliberately trying to eat less. Leafy greens also contain natural nitrates, which are different from the synthetic nitrates found in processed meats. These have been linked to improved blood flow and better muscle efficiency, particularly in older adults. An easy way to use this: blend a large handful of spinach or kale into a smoothie along with some berries and a source of protein. You won't taste the greens, and you'll get the fullness and craving control benefits without much added sugar. And finally, number 10. Coffee, but used the right way. On its own, black coffee actually supports fat burning. Caffeine signals your nervous system to release stored fat into the bloodstream, a process called fat mobilization, and it temporarily raises your metabolic rate for a few hours afterward. The problem is almost never the coffee itself, it's what people add to it. Flavored syrups, sugar, and sweetened creamers turn coffee into dessert, spiking blood sugar and shutting fat burning right back down. Keep it black, or add just a splash of unsweetened milk if you need it. And if you're someone who doesn't feel like eating a full breakfast some mornings, there's a simple alternative. Blend black coffee with a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, a tablespoon of coconut oil, and a scoop of a clean protein source. It's not a replacement for real food every day, but on a rushed morning, it provides steady energy without a blood sugar spike, and it can help keep you in a fat-burning state longer than a typical carb-heavy breakfast would. So that's 10 breakfast foods that can genuinely work in your favor. Eggs, Greek yogurt, avocado, oats, berries, chia seeds, sprouted bread, grapefruit, leafy greens, and coffee used correctly. But here's the honest truth: food choice is only one part of the equation. Timing matters. How much protein you get matters. Which foods you combine matters. Get any of those wrong, and even the best breakfast foods on this list won't do their job the way they should. That's exactly what we'll break down next. The small everyday habits that quietly determine whether your body stays in fat-burning mode after breakfast, or gets pushed right back into storage mode. End of script.